What every Gulf Coast homeowner needs to know in 2026 about real estate, insurance, and property values. I'm Hunter Jones with Epic Realty. This is Russell Taylor with United Risk Agency. So Russell, what's the biggest misconception homeowners have right now about insurance in Alabama?
I think the biggest misconception is insurance rates are continuing to go up. Insurance rates are starting to drop. We're starting to shop policies and starting to see decreases in insurance, whether it be HO6 policies or HO3 policies. We're starting to see it go down. So I think customers need to make sure that they have an agency that's going to shop their policies every year and take a look at what's new out there, what new companies are there, and who has the best rates.
Excellent. I mean, I love to shop insurance every year, and that's been one of my tricks that I've done, and I recommend it to all my clients. So tell me how big of a deal fortified roofs are.
So fortified roofs are absolutely great to have. However, sometimes it's not the best investment to get. If you're up in age and you're going to replace a 5-year-old roof for a fortified roof, sometimes that doesn't make all the sense. I do think if you're putting on a new roof and you need a new roof, definitely go fortified, because there's discounts that you can get from many different carriers. You're getting a better product. It's going to last longer. Fortified roofs are definitely better, but they're not always the right move for everybody.
Very nice. It makes total sense. So true or false, the cheapest policy is often the most expensive mistake?
Absolutely. You can get cheap insurance if you dumb the coverages down. If you're carrying low coverages and you have something happen, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. It's definitely going to be the biggest mistake you make, and the most costly mistake. Sometimes it's worth spending a little bit more. Knowing the coverage that you have is key.
Very nice. That is huge advice right there, everybody. Okay, what should someone know before buying a condo in Orange Beach or Gulf Shores?
Oh, that's my favorite question, I think what they need to know is loss assessment coverage. So loss assessment coverage comes into play when the HOA, there is a big loss and the HOA has to go to their reserves to pay for a deductible. And if they don't have the money there, they're going to assess every owner in the complex. And there is an insurance for that. That's rather on the cheaper side of insurance. But it's something that you definitely want to look at when you're writing your policy. You want to make sure that you're getting the most amount of loss assessment coverage that you can get that company's offering, because it's not a very expensive policy. Now, most companies limit that at about $5,000, but there are other companies out there that'll write up to $25,000, $30,000 worth of loss assessment.
Heck yeah, I love that. So there's a lot of people curious that are looking at investing in condos down here on the beautiful Alabama Gulf Coast. Just touch on things that people need to be aware of as far as HOA fees, HOA reserves, and special assessments.
Well, I definitely think before you buy a property, one, you want to check the insurance. You want to see the rates, what they are. And then two, you want to look at the reserves of the HOAs. You want to make sure that they're in good standings. You want to make sure that they have enough money for an assessment to cover the deductibles of the HOA master policy.
Very nice. And so basically what you're saying is if they're looking at two different condos, maybe same view, same location, but the one next door could be in the red and it could actually be a nightmare for them. But the one next to it has a good amount of reserves, maybe has lower HOA fees, and it really helps set them up for success.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes the HOA fees could be lower or higher, but it all depends on how the HOA is ran and how they're doing with their reserves. You want to make sure they're not in the red. You want to make sure that they're prepared for a storm and that they're saving a little bit of money every year for that deductible or the insurance cost.
Awesome. Margaritaville. Everybody's excited about Margaritaville, and the first time we spoke, you mentioned visiting them. Just tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I went by Margaritaville around April 25th or so, and I don't think any other insurance people had been by there. So I got their condo documents, got them from the state, and got them over to all the insurance carriers that we use. Got them set up so the HO6 policies will match up with the master policies. That way we know that we've got you covered. Whether you do the HO6 with us, they have the master policy, and we know that they have communicated with the carriers, so you're getting covered by one or the other.
Very nice. So today we're in Orange Beach, Alabama. I live a little bit further inland in Foley. So I just want to answer some of my viewers' questions about what are things they need to be aware of when they're buying a home, considering insurance inland, like pools, fences, and trees.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you don't have any trees. About 10 feet away from the house is good on that. You want to make sure that any swimming pools have a fence around them. Whether it be the entire backyard fence or just around the swimming pool. But that is something that the insurance carriers are going to require.
Very nice.
All right. So, Hunter, I'm a little new to Orange Beach down here. I just moved here. We have an established agency in Mississippi. We've been there about 7 years. Just getting set up over here in Alabama. I've been licensed here for about a year, but just moved and got a new office here. So my question to you is, what is your favorite condo complex here and why?
That's such a great question. So my favorite by far is the one where you're sitting at, Phoenix 6. We're in unit 1412. And the reason it's my favorite is being a part of the family business for 25 years. I have attended the HOA annual meetings. I've seen their reserves, their financials, their investments, the amount of remodeling and upkeep that they perform to keep this place, let's say, better than their competition. And so just finding a group of owners that you know are giving it their all to protect your investment and secure a healthy investing future, that's why Phoenix 6 is my top.
Well, that's great reasons. The HOA and the owners that you own with make a huge part of how much you get to enjoy the property. If you get into a group with a bunch of bad owners, that's no fun for anybody.
Yes.
All right. And what about your listings? What's your favorite listing you have right now?
All right. My favorite listing that I have close to the beach is 26115 Condo Beach Boulevard, Unit 2B. What I love about this unit is you just walk right across the street to the beach. You have a view of the pool. You have a closet where you can store all of your beach items. And best of all, it has a boat slip. So you can launch right out into the intercoastals, and you have the best of all of both worlds at that unit.
So is that on Old River?
It is at Cotton Bayou.
Oh man, that's my favorite. If you can have access to Old River and access to the beach, that's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, and that's why that one is my favorite.
All right, so Hunter, one question we have is everybody's interest rate seems to be high right now. Is now the time to buy?
Yes, now is the time to buy, and here are some of the reasons why. As a third-generation realtor, I have never seen a buyer's market like we are currently in. And so some of the benefits to buyers in this market is there are more seller concessions. There are interest rate buy downs where you could get 1% off the first year, or sometimes even 2% lower interest rate the first year. And then the next year it steps down to 1% interest rate. So for example, let's say it's 6.5%. So your first year could be 4.5% interest rates, your next year 5.5% interest rates, and then you would have the opportunity to refinance and lock it in for 30 years or 15 years moving forward. A few other points is homes are sitting a little bit longer right now. There's a little bit more inventory, so it really allows you to take the foot off the gas and really analyze what questions do I need to ask, and to come up with an appropriate offer that benefits you as a buyer in this current market.
All right, great answer.
Russell, if you had $500,000 cash today to invest in the Gulf Coast of Alabama, where would you put that money and why?
Oh, $500,000 today. I think I would go to the Cree. I think I'd use it for a down payment on one of the units at Cree, probably in Unit C. I like that unit a lot. Maybe a pool view and view of Ono, or maybe even Robinson Island. And maybe I get a view of Robinson Island with that. How about you? Where would you put 500,000?
So I would say I would probably be torn between the Caribe and Phoenix 6 here, which 500,000 wouldn't cover it. However, it would be mostly covered. And what I love about Phoenix 6 is we're on the 14th floor. I mean, we are just, as you can see right there, beachfront. And they just have all the amenities that you can ever imagine. And even for snowbirds, what I love about this place is they have potlucks and gatherings. They play golf, they play games. And so it's just a very community environment. When I was at the Caribe 3 weeks ago, my son was visiting there. I love the water slides, the fishing off the docks, the view, the trolley across the road to the beach. So either one of those would be solid investments.
Well, there is something too, walking out your back door and putting your toes in the sand. I mean, that's a big plus. And, the Caribe doesn't have that, but they do have the boating. They do have the swimming pools. So I think they're both solid investments.
So the question I have is, like, why should people reach out to you and connect with you to shop their insurance rates?
I think the reason people shop their insurance rate with us is because of the people and the processes that we have in place. When somebody comes to us, we not just look at their home or their condo. We're looking at their car. We're looking at their umbrella. We're looking at their golf cart policy. We're wanting to make sure that they have the whole package and that they're completely covered. We want to be their risk manager. Not only do we do that, but when it comes up for renewal, our systems and processes, we get an email about 45 days before it renews. And then we have people that go in and reshop that insurance. And that's their job. We have virtual assistants in the Philippines. We have Kevin down in Orlando. Shout out to Kevin. Yeah. Appreciate you. And their jobs are to reshop those markets and make sure that they have the best rates. And what we do better than anybody else is we show our homework. So when you get a renewal from us, you're not only getting the renewal from the company you have, you're getting quotes from the other companies so you can see and understand why your rate is what it is. And at any time during that process, we have automations going out that's triggering the customers to let us know if they have any life changes, to let us know if they bought a golf cart, let us know if they had a kid that graduated or somebody that got married in their family. We want to know our customers. We want them to be able to pick up the phone and call our cell phones. I have customers all the time that, speeding down the road, get a ticket, and they send me a text. Hey, Russell, I need my insurance card. Send it to me. I don't know where I put it. And so I'm able to log right on from my cell phone, text them their insurance card, and get it to the police officer before they get a ticket. So that's a few of the reasons why they should use United Risk.
Yes.
Plus, we grew the office in Mississippi very quickly. We have 12 people working there now, plus 2 interns, and we look to grow Alabama the same way.
That is awesome. I highly recommend Russell Taylor. Check him out. Once your policy is up for renewal wherever you're at, please reach out to him. And it's generational legacy. He will help you, your children, your grandchildren, and he's all about serving you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hunter. We appreciate it. So, Hunter, out of all the real estate agents and brokers on the Alabama Gulf Coast, LA as they call it, Lower Alabama, why should customers contact you? I know why. I've seen what you do, but let's let the customers know why.
So I just have a very unique story in that I'm a third-generation realtor. My mom and my stepdad, Carl, have owned a condo in Phoenix 6 for 25 years. My father was the most successful real estate attorney at Wolf Jones in Huntsville, Alabama. He retired and then he became a realtor. So all I've known for 49 years is real estate. From knee-high to a grasshopper, I was out helping my mom put up signs. I helped mow the lawns for her clients. And what I learned from my mom was it was all about service, all about serving them, all about putting them first, all of her clients. So that's all I've ever known. And I think just having like a great team around me and assistance and connections like Russell. So you just build a team of vendors, from lenders to insurance to title, to pest control, to home inspectors. And so when people move to Alabama, I'm able to connect them to community. I'm able to connect them to trusted people, and they feel like they are welcomed, and they need a handyman, they call me. They need somebody to cut their grass, they call me. And like he said, somebody needs something, they reach out to my cell phone, and I get them plugged in and connected right away. So just having that experience from North Alabama to South Alabama, and it's all I've ever known. So I will always have your back.
Yeah, that's a great answer. And I would like to point out one thing. Since I've only been here a couple of weeks, I've only known Hunter a couple of weeks. And from what I've seen and from the knowledge base that he has, he's a great resource to have. So if y'all need anything with real estate, give him a call.
Yes, reach out, and we look forward to connecting and securing your future.